biggest of fans getting ready for tip-off here from Castle Coliseum. Teresa Stuck, Brandon Ennerline, Timothy Bryan, our officials for today's game. Virginia Tech in white starts off with the ball. There's your starting five for the Hokies, along with Nelson, Wenzel, really a second point guard in the backcourt. Wells knocks down the first points of the game. Here is Carmody, passes it back out. McGee playing the shoulder brace, drives, fearless on the inside. Her 8th year in charge of Boston College. Third longest tenured head coach in ACC women's basketball right now is Ava McGee. Has 16 points, a career high in ACC play for Suffren, who missed all but 10 games last season due to a shoulder injury. And you could see what that one meant to Wenzel.
Carleigh Wenzel, I like how she gets all the way to the rim, not settling.
As Coach Mack trying to put it all together here, and gosh, Kelly, they just cannot get an early look in the shot clock. Greer spins her way to the basket and finishes it off. Impressive. Mel Daley in off the bench, and Suffren up and in for two. They'll need those at some point to be sure. Baker, that's how it's done. It's one we'll never forget, that's for sure.
That was a fun one.
Daley.
Trying to find their way on the right side of the bubble. You've got to beat a team like Boston College. So even outside of those big games, the Duke Stanfords of the world, every game is big for a lot of these teams today.
All right, Kelly, just for you.
Yes.
A look at the net right now in the ACC.
Well, you look at Virginia Tech. For the Hokie fans watching this game, they're at 51 in the net to feel really good about an at-large bid.
To that level of postseason play, went to the WBIT last year in Megan Duffy's first season. Anderson, a much-needed three for BC. And seeing that energy in the defensive end, something sure to make her head coach happy too. Rolfe hits it off the inbounds. This Boston College team has been a bit up and down. Had them against Pitt last weekend as Nelson slices through to the fence.
And Freelon with the pass, not Carys Baker.
She's got 5 points in the game, but a nice spark off the bench. But Daley right back the other way.
BC does not have a single offensive rebound, and that speaks to Virginia Tech clearing the glass and pushing the pace when they do. Good pass inside by Layla Wells.
5 for 5. Backdoor works well for Greer. Got to get back the other way, though. The Hokies saw an opening, and Layla Wells took advantage of it. She has 5.
Well, she walked in, people notice. There's already been some sightings, that's for sure.
Rolfe gets into the paint, and it pays off for Boston College.
In Carys Baker, and Baker, more often than not, will knock that down.
Rolfe picked up her second foul. Freelon going to work again.
And now Rolfe with that second foul, as you said. There's just no one that BC can put out there right now that can guard Kyla Freelon.
Sophie Swanson, the Purdue transfer on the floor for Virginia Tech. Wearing number 31, player who loves to shoot the three. Give her a look. You know she's going to take it. And
think about it and knocks it down. That's got to feel great.
As a sophomore. So yeah, that's her bread and butter.
Yeah.
Just needs to get that flowing a little bit here with the Hokies. Nelson in the flow for sure.
And there's a good pass. Who was a sharpshooter, also a transfer from the Big Ten. They've got to find a way to get some of that production from beyond the arc that Eck gave them last year.
For Coach Mack's team, and that pass just off the mark as Rolfe was running through, but it wound up in the hands of Nelson, who puts it up and in. You're allowed multiple touches now. That's a change, but they have to be those hot stove touches. You cannot have sustained contact like that on the ball handler.
Correct. Carleigh Wenzel, I thought she was so good against Syracuse. She hasn't taken as many shots in this one.
Wenzel short on her three-point attempt, but the offensive rebound from the freshman, Anaya Trent, is good. Can be so difficult after an injury, and there have been a number of fouls. The game has lost its rhythm, so the challenge, trying to get that back, and Amira Anderson trying to do just that for Boston College.
I just felt like any flow you were in, it had to stop at halftime in a lot of ways.
We're seeing that play in her confidence.
A drive to the basket, no lack of confidence for Suffren either. Possession.
Maya Suffren can really fly. To your point, Jen, she can
What is most important for them? Like, what do you think Coach Duffy is trying to impart to this team at this point in the game?
I think she wants to see them take good shots. One thing she talked to us about was their three-point shooting, and that's a great pass from Mackenzie Nelson.
I could list them all, but then we'd be here all game. But I know how much, you talked often about how much it meant to have your family, and Raven in particular, there cheering you on. I would ask what's on the playlist, but I know there's a lot of T-Swift for both of you, hopefully. True. There's a three, Carys Baker. We're in the fourth quarter here now from Castle Coliseum. Jen Hildreth, Kelly Gramlich. And a three goes down to start the fourth for Erin Houpt and BC. Sophie Swanson, the Purdue transfer, able to get the ball up the floor to Wells, who just stays with it. And man, that offensive glass has been good to the Hokies today.
You can go to at different times.
Yeah, Daley had started every game this season up until the last one on the road at Syracuse. Did not play much at Syracuse in that win for Virginia Tech, but she's also been inspired off the bench today as Wenzel.
Today, she's just played within the flow of the game.
Houpt, shot clock running down, takes a rare two and gets it to go. Yeah, you could really see the look on her face said an awful lot. She knows what she means to this team, wants to be out there helping them, as Baker hasn't even attempted a field goal in this game. That is not a good sign for your leading scorer. But you're right, the foul trouble has been a storyline for her all day long.
Land on 2 feet and go back up with it through the contact.
Three from the corner is good. Amira Anderson. Kaya Henderson, the guilty party for BC. Baker, so smooth. Now up to 15. Greer, drive and tough basket attempt. Won't go for her on the road. Unfriendly rim to be sure. And then it is a beautiful finish the other way for Suffren. Oh, nice dish inside. Baker, the beneficiary. Daley all the way to the basket for two. Daley now 10 points off the bench. Carmody able to get that one to go. Miami, pretty exciting place to be right now if you're a sports fan. Football team obviously getting set to play in the national championship as